All right. We are recording officially episode number 25 of Smokeout with Shelly SJ, the interactive video show where you can come on, join us, blaze with us, chat with us, interact, talk about whatever we're talking about. You can just be in the chat. You can have just the audio. You can have video yourself and join us that way. It doesn't matter. All it does matter is you become a subscriber on OnlyFans or Patreon. Shelly SJ Smokeout.com to subscribe and to find us on our various social media outlets. I'm, of course, Stoner Jesus. You know me. I'm world famous. Everyone knows who I am. She, of course, is Shelly Martinez. Everyone knows who she is. Professional wrestler, model, content creator extraordinaire. Together, we smoke weed every Tuesday night. That's right. Here at the start of the top of the show, if we're getting into all the big news and everything that's been going on, I want to check out a poll that we have up on our Twitter page, SJ Shelly or Shelly SJ Smoke. You see it right there, trying to find out who is hotter. Shelly right now with 67.9%. Let me write that down. 67.9%. Now, if Shelly go on her Twitter and retweet this poll, and we'll see where we end up at the end of the show. Do I have a chance? I don't know. I'm not getting down on myself yet.
I'm going to vote for you.
I voted for you, as you can see there. I thought it'd be funner if I voted for myself, and I thought, no, that's poor sportsmanship.
No, it's not.
This contest. I got that feeling in the end I'm going to need every vote I can get.
The truth is the truth, sure. Stoner Jesus.
That's right. My hotness will shine through.
Yeah.
So there we go. Almost 68% for Shelly. Will the number go up? Will it go down? Will her fans say, no, that's Stoner Jesus guy. I know him. He's way hotter.
Totally.
Will I gain traction? Who knows? Oh. We'll see. What happened?
All of a sudden, my finger was like stinging. And I looked. There's no blood, but there's this. Let's see if we can get it. See, can you see that? It's like an open. I don't think you can really see it. It's like, wow, it stings, but it's not bleeding. That's why you can't see it. What happened? I don't know. All I did was get on here, grind my medicine. This isn't sharp. That is so weird.
Weed injury.
It's almost like a deep paper cut. I have no paper.
Paper cuts suck.
I know.
Ghost paper.
Well, the house is haunted, so.
Yes. Speaking of contests, the Instagram follower battle, the gap's been hovering around 100. Both the Shelly's Foot Club account and the show account for Instagram, both are gaining members and followers, but the gap has remained at about 100. I don't know what to do to break through. I've been trying to hold whipping out my boobs in reserve for that the eventuality where I need to overcome some last minute gap, but I don't know. I'm not confident that will do it. The poll, we'll see how the poll goes. If I come through good in that, I may be confident enough to just start putting my boobs up on Instagram. I don't care.
You got to save it. I am just like so weirded out by this because it really hurts bad. And then right now when I try to open my grinder up, like just it barely touching my grinder, it hurt. I really wish you could see it better. Let's see. Maybe if I move this light.
People with no audio just think you're flipping me off a lot. Wow. Shelly's pissed.
Look at this finger. Huh?
Flipping me off on all angles.
It's like it doesn't want to focus on it. It's this thing right here. And it sucks. Anyways, and another thing I noticed is when I was grinding it, my boobs were doing this weird thing, and I just put on a bra under my sports bra before we went live because I was like, whenever I have a sports bra on, they're kind of down like this. It's for the show. Let's lift them up. But with two bras on, it almost looks on camera like when you first get them done and they're like way up here, but not like this, but like in this weird. And so look, when I was grinding, I'm gonna have to use my left hand since apparently my right hand is cut.
Commission.
So look at my
wow.
Just grinding it up. It's so weird. I hope my boobs are okay. Lord, please protect my boobs. I just pray that they'll always be safe and they will not rupture. In your name, amen.
That's something for the Instagram. Boob exercises. The grinder. Build up your boob muscles by
They'll
grinding
get
weed.
better. Watch.
Oh, so smoking out. That's
Yeah,
what we're
dude.
doing.
Hell
There you go.
yeah.
Got the little Rick
You
and
know,
Morty tonight.
oh,
Tiny Rick and Morty.
I had a custom shoot on Saturday for my secret society. And after the shoot was over, I was talking to the gal who I booked to do these matches with me. And all of a sudden, I was like, ooh, I feel like throwing up. Like, I don't feel good. And what I thought was like, okay, we've been here for a couple hours. We've been a little physical, whatever, whatever. It's draining. It's time to eat. Because up until that point, my breakfast, I had 2 pieces of veggie bacon and 2 eggs that were hard boiled. And so I was like, maybe when I eat, and I was really looking forward to going to eat afterwards to get something really fun at a fun restaurant. But on the way home, I was like, dude, let's just go to a drive-through because I just don't feel good. I feel like if we go out, I'm gonna just be like trying to have fun. That's gonna drain me even more. So just rather get some food. Let's just go home, whatever. And oh my God, ever since then, I feel like I was thinking about it when I was putting my makeup on. I was like, I feel like I've had a hangover for 3 days. That's what it feels like a really terrible hangover, but it's not. And then yesterday, forget it, I was out of commission. I was in bed like all day. So I'm really annoyed, and my period's coming. So I'm real annoyed and have short patience for this like little health issues that I'm having. Like, I don't know if you saw my Twitter, but I was like, okay, I peeled myself up and I'm like, I gotta put my makeup on for the show. Just a little bit of makeup. I don't want to look like crap. And then that's exactly what happened. I was like, oh, my stomach. I ran to the bathroom and I'm like, dude, I need to be putting my makeup on right now. But instead, I'm shitty Shelly once again.
I didn't have time for my makeup either. If it makes you feel any better.
You don't need it.
That's right. Better see just how hot I am.
But it's really annoying and I'm really tired. My head hurts. And the thing is not to be graphic, but this is just my life, people. When the diarrhea was coming out with every pucker that my butthole would do, my head would go like this inside, like like right here. And it's almost like the sound of like when you yawn, there's like a kind of a wind sound in your ear kind of
Yeah.
vibe. That's kind of the sound I would hear. And just with my butt, like how my butt would go like this. It was doing it with it. Yesterday when that happened, it was I thought I was gonna die on the toilet, Stoner Jesus. Like literally. Like I thought I was like, it was so bad that when that whoomp whoomp was happening with my butthole, I was like, am I gonna have like a seizure or something weird? Like, okay, if something weird like that happens, maybe I'll just open the door and someone will eventually see I'm on the floor. It's weird. I don't know what the F is
Wow.
wrong with me. Most people would probably say you should probably go to the doctor, but you're right. But this is like not new. It's been a while since it's been this bad, but I kind of been maintaining myself my whole life having these issues. Yeah, I should absolutely go find out what's wrong with me. I have no other words other than that, but
Didn't Elvis die on the toilet?
pardon?
Was that didn't Elvis die on the toilet, or is this
He
just an urban
did.
myth?
That's what they said.
There you go.
And that's what I thought about.
Wow.
Maybe that's why he haunts me. I'm going to die on the toilet. Oh, God.
Imagine the headline. Much like Elvis, Shelly Martinez dies on the toilet. It's not a great way to go. Not a great way to be remembered.
Or
It's like
found.
your last act. Yeah.
Or found. Imagine.
That'd be unpleasant. Yeah.
Thanks for bringing the party down, by the way.
That's right. Never think about dying on the toilet.
But I thought I was yesterday, and it's for reals thing. Now, I guess I could chuckle at it, but at the time, it was really intense.
Well, yeah, you're still alive,
And
so you can laugh.
yeah, but I was just like, dude, like, this is rotten. I feel rotten. And here's the thing, like, I hate to admit this because, like, I've been fighting with this thought, but yesterday I finally, or no, it was this morning, I finally told Danielle that I think this is one of the problems why I got sick. Now, I'm a firm believer. First of all, I've always been very sensitive since I was a kid. Like, I know this might sound dumb, but like when I was young and I didn't understand, I'd get real sick. And then later in life, I'd find out there was real shady things going on around me, like real shady. And I was just young and I didn't know what was what, right? So that kind of, I don't know what that actually means or whatever. We could sit here and say, oh, well, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But whatever. We all believe different things. Fact is, Francine goofs on me. I think she even said something on the roast about like, you know, you always end up having diarrhea and like things happen. Like if I get nervous or if I get it's dealing with something intense, like if I'm confronting somebody, I'll feel like I have to have diarrhea before I'd go out in a match. I'd feel like I was gonna have diarrhea. Like, and it's all connected. That's what I've learned is like your gut really is connected to so much. And so that's why it was tripping me out when my brain felt like it was doing that thing when my butt was puckering because it's like all in one, you know? So in saying that the how our gut is connected to so much, much like our heart, you know, a lot of those signals go to the brain and vice versa. So it's like I feel part of my problem is before this weekend I was already going through so much. I've talked about a million times on here. And it's been rough. And then on Saturday, I came into a couple of different issues. One, the place I rented from, I have like a weird history from, and they have a ring, and I use two other people's rings to avoid using this one. But the reason why I did it was literally because it's 15 minutes from my house. My favorite place to rent a ring is in Orange County, and it takes on a good day like 45 minutes to get there. That's on a very good day. So usually it takes about an hour. The other one is about 30 minutes or so, not too much farther, but still farther. So I was just like, okay, I just have a couple of videos to do. Let me just bang it out. I booked my friend Jen Thomas. She lives nearby as well. So I figured this is just convenient. And the guy charges more than anybody. Like, and they all talk about it. They're like, I just can't believe he charges that much. I'm like, the people pay. I paid it, you know? So, already I was like, okay, it's fine going into it. I was trying to have a positive attitude of like, it's going to be fine. And I don't know. It's like, I just felt uncomfortable there. And I know it wasn't me doing my Shelly thing of, oh, I don't care for these people. So I'm shutting myself down already because I went into it like, you know, it's all good. It's all good. And it was. And then I was going to do a video for a fella who he wanted when me and the other gal choke each other for spit. There's people have a spit fetish, right?
Mm.
Well, for me, I don't care if the other girl goes, oh, I'm down, I'll just do it. I don't want spit. I think it's disgusting. It makes me want to throw up. And not only that, when I've done solo photos for people who want spit or drool, I always use water. Sorry, guys, but I always use water because it grosses me out to no end to where I want to vomit. It's disgusting. So I told Jen, I said, look, we're good because I put a note in the script. I had it printed out for her. I said, it says fake spit because, and I told her. And then her and Danielle, because Danielle's the camera girl, we started talking about like different fetishes and like what gets them, like how we do about the feet, you know, like what is it about it? Like, what is it? So we're sitting there and then Jen and I came to the conclusion, we don't want to know. And so we do the match, which is very simple. It's not like there was anything totally derogatory about it or weird. It was just two girls, I get it. Two girls looking hot, beating each other up, and one gets choked the F out. Like, fine. So I don't know what happened to me mentally, but something did. Because that was the last thing we shot. And then that's when I was talking about things. And then I felt sick. And then it like started it, you know? It was almost like my nerves were already at like a thing with dealing with all these things and like kind of keeping it cool and not overthinking the situation at being at this place where I'm kind of uncomfortable at anyways. And so it's crazy because on Sunday morning when I woke up, my last dream was about that very abusive ex-boyfriend I've talked about on here before that used to make fun of my boobs. And I was just like, I wonder if that somehow triggered. And I started thinking, we never did anything weird about choking. There was never any like weird spitting thing between me and this guy. But something happened to me, I know it, that triggered this thing where it like I had this dream about him, you know? It's that trauma. And so I try to like what I'm trying to do with my issues and things that trigger me, even if they make me feel sick, even if it takes me to a bad place. I'm a firm believer that you gotta kind of confront it. You know what I mean? And maybe sometimes you can confront it a little bit, and you gotta let it rest because it's a little too much. You just take it in strides. It's fine. So like that's kind of what I've been doing since Saturday. That's why it was so weird that yesterday was like the worst. I was out. I mean, I was in my bed like all day, and going to that bathroom situation was so weird. So it's so crazy, and I'm curious to know. Like, I'm gonna have one of my girlfriends that does this kind of stuff, but she also does the sessions, and she used to do porn back in the day, and I want her to be a guest on our show. We're just trying to figure it out. But one of the things that I'm dying to know is like, I can't be the only gal out there or fella that when we're shooting this content, we're like, ah, it's fine, it's weird, whatever, but whatever. And then something mentally happens to us where it f's up our whole vibe, you know?
I know a girl, a woman on there's like the adult camming and streaming and all that stuff. She sells vials of her spit, and guys buy it.
They do. They do. And like, I can't sit here and be like, oh, you know, how you're gross. Like, whatever. Do what you gotta do as long as you're not hurting anyone, as long as you're not abusing children, fine. But it's like, because here's the thing. I used to think, is it like a oral thing? Like they envision like cum coming out, like is that what it is? But then when you dive in deeper, it's like no, they want the girl to be in distress. It's not like, oh, a sexual
Mm,
act, I got jizz all in your mouth, because that's what I thought at first. I thought, oh, maybe they just want it to be like jizz, but
yeah.
then it's like no, it's not that. And it's just so interesting when you work in the fetish world. You can be as vanilla as I am, where the other gals laugh at me when they say, like, people think that I'm so, like, a bad girl. They're like, what? You don't do nothing. But so you could be as vanilla as can be about it. Maybe even all you shoot is your feet, and that's it. Like those gals, you know, you never see their face. Or maybe it's a pretty girl and it's never like always in normal clothes, but just their feet, and they make a lot of money, whatever. But it's like, I don't know. I think that there's this toll that it takes. And I don't think people really talk about it. You know what I mean? They're just kind of like, oh, it's part of the job. You know what you're getting yourself into, especially with the time that we're in now, where it is an OnlyFans kind of age, where the creator totally has control. There's not a producer or someone that hired them that they know they're not going to get their money from if they don't do these things their way. It's like you're in control. So you would think it would take it out of it, but it's still this thing that happens. And I don't know, maybe I just need to start talking more about it and more people will hop in on the conversation. But like, it's a weird feeling because you kind of, unless you talk to somebody else that A does the same work you do, and then B has the same kind of boundaries you do. That's the thing. Everyone has their own
Yeah.
boundaries. So if I'm like, oh, it really effed me up with this thing, maybe one gal might be like, really? That's like easy money to me. But maybe to her, something simple like, I don't know. I do videos or photos and videos sometimes of me like getting knocked out. Maybe to them, that what happened to me with the spit would happen to them, and to me, because of my wrestling, and I look at it like as matches, it doesn't
Yeah.
affect me that way, you know. So it can feel lonely when you feel like there's like this girl may know kind of how I feel, but not 100% because she's okay with this, and this. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah. Definitely. I wish I could provide some perspective, but like I said, I'm not even getting around to shoot my boobs yet. So,
Save it. You have to save it for the real money, and it's not even about the money. It's about you freeing your own nipple.
but I would sell my spit. I mean, I'm not doing anything else with it. I just swallow it. So, I mean, it's not doing anything.
So you're not a spitter, you're a swallower. Got it.
That's right. Unless there's just something particularly that needs to get out, then I'm going to spit. But other than that, just recycles the whole fucking thing.
All right.
Um, as people know who watch this show, the bulk of the short storytelling comes from Shelly. Shelly has many more great stories. Most of my stories are like white trash shit, like shooting out streetlights and various acts of vandalism and stuff like that. Not well, I mean they're good stories, I guess, considering what they are, but they're not top level stuff. They're not subscriber level stuff. Mine mainly here, one for to be a pretty face, and two for some kind of witty commentary, some color commentary, some banter, what have you, and also all the great business ideas I come up with during the show. Also, there's another part of me that, like on my show, the Stoner Jesus Show, I don't talk a lot about personal stuff for various reasons. I got in a lot of online battles back in the day, and a lot of that was used against me, like doing stupid podcast wars and shit like that. I mean, it was fun, but things got personal and out of hand and whatnot. I'm one of those guys, like, there's no pictures of my family or anything on my Facebook, my personal Facebook, or any of that jazz. But anyway, all of this is a long way to lead up to what happened to me April 30th of this year. I got married.
Yeah, you did. Woo!
Woman I'm with, we've been together almost 12 years. Our daughter is almost 11, and we've been engaged for 8.5 years. A lot of things have gone down, and roadblocks, speed bumps, whatever. But we finally officially did it. Like I said, we've been together 12 years. Not much has changed in that aspect, but it does feel a little bit different. I think literally and metaphorically, the ring is heavier. The one I used to wear. I used to wear one that I have around here somewhere. I think it's in this drawer. That just had both our names on it. But it was much thinner and lighter. This is titanium, apparently. I know they made rings out of titanium. But the other one, if I pressed hard enough on it, I could bend it. But you can't do that with this one. So there you go. Look at me. I did my show last night, my Stoner Jesus show. I didn't even tell anybody on that show. I said, hey, you got to come on to Shelly SJ Smokeout. And we didn't get any new subscribers, so I guess that really didn't bring in numbers like I was hoping. People clamoring to see what I was up to in my personal life since I talk so little about it. One, because of personal, I'm not that kind of person. And two, because a lot of it's just not super interesting. Like I said, most of my older stories are just white trash shenanigans, trailer park type stuff. Then I'll keep in reserve for later episodes. We're on episode 100. I need to pull out a good, the time I shot out a streetlight or whatever with a BB gun. Then I'll have it in my pocket.
Well, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you, Shelly.
Freaking A. And when you told me this, it's funny because when you had mentioned your ring, your flimsy ring, if you will, earlier, I assumed you were already married because I had seen on your hand a couple of times when
Yeah.
you grab or whatever. So I assumed, I was like, oh, okay. And so congratulations. I think it's everything happens for a reason, and your guys' journey together is like different. And it's so cool how like you can be with someone for so long, but then like when people say, oh, it's just a piece of paper, maybe you've even said that, or she said that, or whatever at a time or two. But it's like, it does change something. There's like something that happens. It's like a little shift. I don't know. So it's cool to hear you say that, there's a little bit difference, even though you were together for 12 years.
Yeah. In a lot of ways, it's like a fresh start when you're together with someone for 12 years. It takes a lot of work to keep things level. We've had our ups and downs, definitely, but we've never really been apart in those 12 years. And like I said, for all intents and purposes, it seemed like I'm one of those people that's not, I'm not really interested in government sanction of what I'm doing. I'm not really worried about it, but there is something to be said about, the ceremony and all the stuff that went into it. And we got married where she wanted to since she was a kid, and
Oh,
it was great. Hopefully, I have high hopes, I guess you could say, about moving forward.
that's
So,
so awesome. That is so
yeah.
awesome. Because, it's almost like, I don't know why, but I can like picture you now, and I picture your face like smiling and looking at her in a way like maybe you haven't really looked at her before, because like it's a big
Mhm.
deal. And like, I don't know, it's just beautiful. Was it outside?
Yeah, it was. It was.
That's what
I'll
I
send you
saw. I
some.
see you
Yeah,
outside like smiling, and you're just like tripping out. Like, I feel it.
yeah. Basically, yeah. I'll send you some pictures
Yay!
here in a little bit. It's like there's like this lake, and it's by this college in our area. There's this lake, and then there's like this little tiny church that like sits. It sits on the side of the lake and has like a little platform in front of it. You really can't go inside the church; it's so small. It's like the world's smallest church or something like that. So we did it in front of it and took the pictures there and all that stuff. It got to be kind of late in the day, so it was kind of cold and breezy, but it's still, the weather held out and it was all good in that aspect.
Dude, this is tripping me out because I saw it. I saw your moment.
Let me see if I
That's
can send you a
weird.
picture now.
But what was I gonna say? Shoot. I got lost in the vision I saw. But it is it's a lot of work. And I have been with Metal Jesus for 5.5 years, and I know that really showed me, like you said, you and your wife,
Mhm.
you guys have had your ups and downs and everything. And I think that people get discouraged sometimes. Like, I've even been there where it's just like, oh man, this is just like, maybe we're just not meant. Maybe we're just not meant. Like, maybe it's just not working anymore. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, dude, it's because it's a lot of work to keep it going. And
Yeah.
that's why a lot of people fail, because one or both don't want to put that work in anymore. And so the both of you have made it to 12 years. You both been putting in the work, and you had your effing day, man. It's so cool. And to hear that she got it where she wanted to get married since she was little, that's so awesome.
Yeah, she used to feed the ducks with her grandma there. Uh, and she used to tell her
Oh.
grandma she's not around anymore. She's not with us anymore. She died about 12 years ago. About the time we started talking, um, she always told her that she was going to get married there someday. And she did.
I picture her having this color hair. This is tripping me out. This is tripping me out.
You can't see in the pictures, but there are a lot of ducks, and they were very loud the whole time. And one interesting thing, it's like not far from like a main road, and a couple guys, I guess probably college dudes, just right down from like fraternity row or whatever. They were driving by, and one of them screamed, told her to run and not to do it in the middle of the ceremony.
No.
She said she didn't even notice, but I heard the people around us start laughing. I knew something happened because I heard somebody yell something. I
No.
just got focused on her. I said, no, that's not, I'm going to worry about that later, whatever it was. So that's
Ay,
kind of the thing I would have done
ay.
when I was young too. So I really couldn't be too pissed off.
This is why we can't have nice things, because
That's right.
idiots like that. Because here's the thing. Let's just say, for narrative sake, she didn't know if she should do it or not. And she's freaked out. And then he's like, run. And she's like, oh, maybe I should. This is just, I'm out of here. Ugh, you know, that's terrible. I hope that guy next time he tries to have sex can't get it up for that time. Just that one time
That's right.
for that karma. May your penis not be hard.
Checking in on the Who is Hotter contest, Shelly's gained about 4 percentage points since retweeting. It's unfortunate.
It better have marked that. I voted for you. I hoped it marked it because sometimes
Yeah,
I
that's just
wonder.
it marks the one that I did, I
Oh,
guess.
okay, I see.
This is up on my account.
Oh, the.
I don't know. I guess part of me thought that I would gain some ground, but apparently not. It's fine. Whatever.
It's fine. Hey,
Maybe it's because my avatar is like a drawing. It's not me. It should just be my
see,
big close up of my face.
going like this, or your foot.
That's right. Maybe that's the problem. Sure, there's many problems when
Wow,
it
I
comes
just
to.
realized that this it's like a filter came in
Yeah,
here.
I'll
Let
say
me
you
close.
got some sun on you lately.
Hold on a second. Minnie, quiet. Minnie.
There
You
we
know
go.
what? Here's the thing too. I forgot to mention this. What really got me to start to be in a very different place was after last week's show. Having Val Venus on our show, first of all, let's go back to Mason Carter. Now, that's where it really started because I gained so much for reconnecting with that fella the way we did. It was awesome. But then it's like I was sitting there telling him what I gave props to Val for telling people. So it's like conversing about that stuff with Val Venus, who got it before I did, because, our careers are totally different timelines. So he's been doing it longer. And then it just kind of made sense of everything. I don't know. This damn show, like, maybe sometimes it takes a while to get the subscribers in and whatever. And I know I'm not going to say any names, but there's some cheap asses out there that only subscribe when they can get a free one out of it. And then they claim they're going to resub and they don't, which is fine
Right.
too. Because,
Small penises.
it's fine. It's fine. But for the record, let me say this before I move on. The reason why I say it's fine is because everyone has their own situation. I'm not
Right.
saying that everyone has to spend all their money on subscribing to our thing. I'm talking about people who they do have the money, extra budget for extra things, and they're being cheap asses. And then trying to, at times, manipulate me in situations, whether it be they bought something from me or they got something off my wish list. And they make it seem like they've just done, oh, I'm so awesome, aren't I? I do all this for you. And it's like, no, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing, and I don't like it. It's fine. But it just annoys me because this show means a lot to me. So if he's gonna be a cheap ass on like my other stuff, be a cheap ass there. Don't be a cheap ass over here.
That's right.
It annoys me. It annoys me because, and you know what? Here's the other thing too. People who, let's say, especially with the pandemic and everything, they had like I've had so many people tell me like, I'm so sorry, I'm gonna have to unsubscribe. They don't have to tell me nothing. Like, you don't owe me anything. But I think it's really nice that they felt like they did owe it to me, because it's not that they were unhappy with the content and they didn't want me to feel that way. So they were thinking of my feelings. So it's like, dude, that's so cool to have fans like that. Like, almost every fan that, because of budget wise, have had to quit my site or whatever, like, they always feel this need to explain it. And like, I think it's so nice because it's like I said, all you have to do is unsubscribe. Like, you don't tell me nothing. But it's But like this cheap ass, it's like, you know, it runs this thing and then he'll be like, I'll let you know, and then never say anything about it. It's just so annoying. It's so annoying. It's so opposite because they try to paint this picture like they're my biggest fan and supporter and like they're not like this and this, and it's like, no bitch, these other people who they don't, maybe they don't, haven't spent as much money on my wish list like you have, but they are so pleasant to talk to, they're so pleasant to create for. I feel their appreciation versus your manic energy, and that's why you're on try. I don't know, it's a little much. I'm sorry, I'm just bitching and moaning, complaining again. My period's coming.
That's right. Fuck those people. I'm getting too old. Too old for this bullshit.
Exactly.
The way I feel about most things nowadays.
So back to my point, it's like, dude, this show is like giving me the missing pieces that like I've kind of been like with certain people that I've been around or I've been connected to at one point. I realized that I've had resentment towards these people because I've been reminded recently that really, if you think about it, resentment is like if something or someone gives you an outcome that you didn't expect them from them or whatever. Or I forget how they said it, but it's like that makes so much sense. It's like, you have a friend break up with somebody, you can't believe that they would do that to you. So like a resentment grew because it's like I never thought you could do that to me. So it's not like looking at the full picture of like whatever. So I've been really working on that and recognizing my resentment versus just being butthurt. It's like, oh no, I'm not just butthurt. I guess I resent them. Because to me, when I hear resent, like, oh, having resentment, I think like negative. You're just like, f them, like blah blah blah. But it doesn't have to be that way. It could just be like, God, like why did that happen? Like why did they do that? And it's like they're not even thinking of it. So you got to like let it go. And it's like you get caught in this resentment. And this show has allowed me to do that and help me keep focused on that way of thinking because when I get out what I have to say, and sometimes I'll be honest with you, like when I tell you some of these stories and it's like people discrediting me or throwing me ugly vibes, sometimes I'm scared that you're going to be like, well, I can kind of see what they were saying there. And I'm just like, and then when I hear you go like, what? I'm like, okay, I'm not crazy. Oh, okay. So that's why I get offended when cheap asses come over here and try to get their little free sub when other people are literally saying, oh, let's see if I like this, taking up that free sub
Mm-hmm.
when they have no intention. They just waiting for that free sub.
At most, it's $5 a month. I mean, there's not many things that cost less than $5 nowadays.
True. Not even a Subway sandwich. They up their prices.
That's right. That's mostly bread.
It's mostly bread.
$5 loaf of bread.
So I noticed you're wearing a Nirvana shirt.
Yes.
It's so crazy because Nirvana, much like, excuse me, Kurt Cobain, much like Elvis, has been haunting me all day. When I was in my room and I was uploading some stuff that I had to put together for my sites, I was just like messing around on YouTube. And I think the other day, because I got recommended a video that had Kurt Cobain in it, and I watched it, it like keeps spitting them out now. And it's crazy because the photo I use for Shelly Live, it's like a blue graphic, and I'm in a VOC Nation shirt. I did that photo. Oh gosh, I can't remember. I just had a memory on it too. It was a long time ago. I want to say like 2013, 14, something like that. And where I used to live, Danielle and I would walk the Mertzes to this really cool part in the Hollywood Hills. And I found it by a fluke, much like everything. I'm a person, I'll just walk and be like, where do I feel like going? I feel, what is the energy? Sometimes I'll even be like, where should I go? And I find really cool stuff in life, especially when I've been traveling. But when we would walk the Mertzes, I'd be like, let's go this way. And there's this really cool tower, and it looks super old. Like, I'm talking when Hollywood first started old. And it was an elevator, and behind it was all these really beautiful apartments, and they kind of went up the hill. So what I would do is I would take the Mertzes for a workout to the top of the hill because it's going all these steps. Well, I was so drawn to that place, like nobody's effing business. And then when I did that photo shoot, my friend Brian Zombie, shout out Brian Zombie, he took that photo for me. And when the memory came up recently, I sent it to him. And then on YouTube, this video came up, and it was like Kurt Cobain's abandoned house in the Hollywood Hills when he wrote Utero. So I was like, okay, it was right there. And they showcased the tower, and I was like, what? And now it's like fixed and everything. And I even think, because I kept diving into it, I want to say that Frances Bean ended up buying it. But I feel like the last article I read about it was that she ended up selling it. I'm not sure. But I kind of feel that when we did that shoot, it was still abandoned. So I'm like, oh man, because these guys did a YouTube video on it and it was abandoned still, you know? And I was like, damn, dude. And so like I've been on this whole like thing. And so like I've been going down this rabbit hole, and then I was watching one of the times I was on the toilet. I was watching this video of Frances Bean being interviewed, and I was just tripping out because she's older now, and she like totally looks the hybrid of Courtney Love and Kurt Cobain. Like at certain times, I'm like, dude, she totally looks like Courtney Love, and then other times I'm like, oh my gosh, she looks like Kurt Cobain. It was a trip. So it trips me out that you're wearing that shirt.
Yeah, I listen to the classic rock station in my area now. And now classic rock is things like Guns N' Roses and Nirvana and all the stuff that I grew up with.
Isn't it trippy? Oh my gosh. There's this radio station in LA called K Earth 101. And growing up, they would have like all the old music. My grandma would always listen to it, partially why I love that kind of music. You know, you hear the Zombies on there, or, you know, um, just that kind of music. Like not sometimes like a doo-woppy music, but like, Frankie Avalon type. And then I remember it was a couple years ago, dude, I was listening to K's 101, and then Britney Spears came on there, man. Britney Spears. I was like, what? How is Britney Spears on K's 101? Like, no. Golden oldies vibes. That's what it is. Like, it's like I know it is like a golden oldies kind of vibe. And now, hit me, baby, one more time. I'm like, dude.
It was over 20
this
years
is what
ago.
happens when I'm 61 years old. Aye.
Speaking of having people on the show, obviously there'll be more great interviews going forward. But we also have the capability now to revisit our one debacle in show history, the attempted screening of Home Alone, which did not go down. But now I think it will work fairly well just playing something like on YouTube or something like that. It seems to work well. I mean, sometimes there's little glitches and whatnot, which to be expected, but I think it would work. And we could do Home Alone, or we could do whatever. We could literally do whatever.
We should do Home Alone because we have to redeem Christmas in July.
There you go.
That's the thing. We should do it in July. We'll do the Christmas in July. We'll have an ugly Christmas party sweater thing going. We'll totally do it up. And I really want to invite Danielle to that because she's never seen it either. And I think she'd be a good part into that. But, speaking of that, you could do all these things now and it's working out. Again, going back to the show, because you started to use this, now I use this for my live streams because when Periscope went away, as you know, I was like, how am I going to stream to my secret society? Because that's how I use it. It's a private, I do a private group with them and blah, blah, blah. And I started to use this with my bike club and my vampire lounge when I do my lingerie stream. And it works so well to where now, dude, I had a thing earlier. I have a little like intro video I put on before it goes on. It gives me a little time real quick. sharing pictures, sharing videos. And then I was like, oh, I have to go do something. Hold on. I put on that 30-second countdown. It's been great. And then when it messes up on OnlyFans, because I have it streaming to OnlyFans, and what I do is I use my tab and I control it here, and then I keep my phone here. And so like I keep in the chat room with OnlyFans on there. And it's been working out great. And it's just so much fun. And so thank you for the inspirato of using StreamYard, because I'm just having a lot of fun and I look forward to like messing around with it more. Like I don't know how to do the overlay thing yet. Like is that an overlay or is it the background that has that?
It's the overlay, the part that has the Smokeout with Shelly and the
Right.
little thing in the corner and the one down in this corner over
See,
here.
that's the part I gotta figure out.
It's a little tutorial I watched on YouTube, and they give you a link to like the template or whatever, and you just go in and plug like pictures in and stuff like that. It took like 10 minutes.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's worked out pretty well. My only complaint, as far as my show goes, is you can't play audio files. I had a lot of commercials, a lot of sponsors. Now I do live read commercials, which annoys me and like destroys my throat throughout the. I'm getting breaks throughout the show. So, yeah, but they'll fix that eventually, I guess. If not, it is what it is.
What if
But now
you
I use
did
it for
like
all my stuff.
what if you just did a video and it was just the picture of what you're talking about and your voice over it?
Yeah, that's what I've thought about doing. That's what I do for my opening now. I just have my Stoner Jesus logo. I have it up on YouTube. I play that through. It does, the Cannabis Radio intro and all that and crap and the music. I do that for commercials. I may do that at some point. I could go in and have to edit it a lot, I guess, because the sponsors come and go and back and forth and stuff. I thought live read commercials might be something fun for the show, but it's not turned out that way. It's not as fun as I thought it would be. It's a lot of annoyance. I have to bring up graphics, and I go to their website, talk about it, pull down their website, pull down their graphic, put up another one, and it's like,
It's a lot.
Must be a better way.
Well, I hope you figure it out. You will. You'll figure it out. It's
With Home Alone, we can stream on Twitter, whatever, have a free episode, and get some eyeballs on what we're doing here.
And something that I saw when I was doing some homework earlier, some YouTube homework. Maybe one day I'll tell you guys all about it. It's not today. So when I was doing my YouTube homework, I came across this idea and I was like, dude, I'm stealing that. And if we end up doing this, I will totally give credit to, because that's the thing. I'll steal, but I always credit. Always. So they had a pizza eating contest between the two. And so if we both ordered a pizza, like the same, like Domino's, like Domino's is the same, or Papa John's or whatever's near you.
Yeah.
So we'll get the same from the same place, and we can have a pizza eating contest to see who can eat the most slices or finish their pizza first.
Wow, there you go. I'm down.
I am so down because I'll make it a thing. I will diet my ass off for like 2 weeks, and I'll do videos. Oh, the pizza challenge is cut. I will pump it up, dude. So you pick the day. Like, give me. I think at least 2 weeks. It needs to be promoted. At least, if not, maybe more. Maybe 2 weeks is good. But I will pump it up. It'll be great. I will be so cheese ball with my videos because I need content for my YouTube channel anyway. So, why the hell not promote our show content?
See, it'd be great if National Pizza Day was coming up. Oh, yeah. It's February 9th. Damn.
Yeah, my birthday this year. It was on my birthday. Thank you very much. I'm 61.
That's right.
Minnie, no. Let's see. What's a good What's a good date? Maybe around 4th of July? Is that good? Hey!
Yeah, depending on when we're going to do Home Alone.
Oh my goodness. Hey! Minnie? Hey! You were so good the whole time. It's because someone dropped something off. She's, Minnie, she just thinks that she's a pit bull and she's just not.
they break down the pizza into separate days? Like, is there a National Pepperoni Day? Let me see that. Oh, no. No, here we go. National Pepperoni Day. Oh, September 20th. It's National Pepperoni Pizza Day. It's close. Let me find something better.
Yeah, you gotta find something better. That's too far.
Yeah, we can do all kinds of like, I said free episodes. National Cheese Pizza Days, September 5th. National Deep Dish Pizza Day was April 5th. That's a shame. We're missing all the good pizza holidays.
I know.
Well, hell, let's have to pick one ourselves.
That's our pizza day, man.
That's right. Let me pull up a calendar here so I know what I'm doing. It'll be awesome. Yeah, if we do Home Alone in July, maybe we do it before July.
Yeah.
June 1st, we have a show. Might be a good date for people to remember.
Yeah, June 1st. That's a good day. School's
Sounds
almost
good.
out.
That's right.
School's almost out, man. Summer's around the corner.
That's right.
Let's go.
We eating
Pizza day.
Make it see me throw up live on air. I can't eat the way I used to, but I can still eat. I mean, I can't go to like McDonald's and put away, 2 Big Macs and a large fry, or go to White Castle and eat like 11 White Castles anymore, but I can still eat some food. Especially
Me
if there's
too.
competition involved.
If only every meal was a competition that I can gain something from, I would truly eat what I really want to and as much as I like to. But like Reverend X says, life's not a competition, it's a cooperation. So I have to cooperate with my body and not overeat. So I look forward to being a fatty bumbalati with this pizza. I will eat it because whenever we order pizza here at the house, I have to, with every fiber in me, refrain from eating almost a whole pizza myself anyway. So I am not scared. That's why when I saw this, I was like, oh, so that's a hook people will watch? That's no problem. Bring it. Where are we ordering from? Domino's?
I do have
Papa
a
John?
question. Does it have to be the exact same toppings? Because something tells me that we have vastly different opinions when it comes to pizza toppings.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. If we're just going to make it like fair and we'd get the same ones, I feel that wouldn't be fair to you because I think you'd be very bored with what I like on my pizza. And I feel you like a lot of meat on your pizza.
That's exactly right.
So I don't know what the answer to that is. We can't both get cheese. That's boring.
Yeah. Then we just stick with the same number of toppings.
Okay.
And then I also don't know how much I don't know how much weight or size of someone comes into play when it comes to eating. I imagine it has less to do than most people think. But oh damn, I dropped my pen. I have to think that I am a larger person than you. I never met you in person. But I'm 6'4", at 270. I don't know how much that would bring to bear on eating.
0. I'm going to eat that pizza. Did you not hear? I have no problem with this. Like I mentioned, like some people might be like Danielle, for example. She loves pizza just as much as I do. But she physically could only eat so much, which isn't even much, and she doesn't even eat all her crust because it fills her up too much. Me, I'm like, I wish I had that problem because I keep sneaking over to the freaking refrigerator and it's not good.
People who watch my show, they know that I don't steal a lot of ideas, but once I have an idea, I will beat it into the ground just over and over and over again until people are sick of it. We could expand this to other foods
Absolutely.
and do like a series of competitions throughout the year and just get very fat.
Yeah, why not?
Unless we
I
do like
already
a
am.
yogurt eating contest or something.
No, but see,
Lettuce
for
eating
me,
contest.
this is good for me because then if we do this more often, it forces me to have to stay on track. This is week 3 for me. If I don't mess up this week, then I'm keeping to my workout schedule of Monday through Friday. And because I don't want to worry about the weekends. That's my whole thing. I just want to do what I want to do. And that's it. And that's what I used to do in wrestling, to be honest with you. It's like I would do my thing during the week, stay on track. And on the weekends, that's when people were like, how do you eat like that? And you're like, look like that. And it's like, because the rest of the week, I don't allow myself to do that. So it'll help me get back on that track. And at the same time, it makes it even more fun to have these foods if it's like being this thing for it's like this competition for me. So really it's a win-win. So I say bring on, we could do hot dogs because I can get veggie dogs. We could do burgers. We could do French fries.
I did notice July 22nd is a National Hot Dog Day.
There you go. Hot dogs. I'm sure people would love to see me eat a hot dog.
That's right. July 22nd is it's a Thursday. We do a special show.
This is true. And then we could do pancakes. There's pancake day, donuts. Oh, donuts. Let's see. There's like national everything. Like we could just keep it going.
Yeah.
This is a mukbang channel. We smoke, and these two idiots hash it out to see who can eat more.
Hey,
That's our
whatever
show.
it takes. At this point, whatever it takes to get to the top, get people to notice. I don't care. I'll eat all kinds of shit. Some of my sponsors, one of my sponsors is a hot sauce company. I'm horrible with hot sauce. I can barely take barbecue chips. But I sat here with chicken wings and tried every single sauce. I was snotting and crying and just the whole 9 yards. But, you know,
Did they send you a kit?
they sent me like 7 bottles of stuff. I gave the rest of it away because I don't eat hot sauce or use hot sauce. But it was fine. I do the same thing with one of my sponsors is Heat Your Meat. It's like a basically a like a seasoning you put on or whatever. I've done 4 reviews with that with like pizza and all kinds of stuff. And this shit's hot too. The first one with pizza, I made the mistake of dumping like a bunch on the end of the pizza, like the very first part, and just ate that part with just like a mound of this on it, and it messed me up for a good 45 minutes.
Oh boy. You should ask the hot sauce people for another one, and then I'll shoot it, and you can use it on your show. Because
Yeah,
I love hot sauce. So it's like
absolutely.
you can compare, like, so like you already did yours, and then you can compare like my because I love habanero, I love ghost pepper. I took Danielle to this really cute um, taco place. It's vegan, and they have this really hot ghost pepper one to where when you order it, people they're always like, it's really hot, like and it is. And it's funny because my palate is so good with hot, but that doesn't mean my body doesn't react, right? So I'm just sitting there and eating, and I'm talking to Danielle, and she was like, "Oh my god, you're sweating, like for real." I was like, "Yeah, it's the ghost pepper," and she was like, "But I've never seen you sweat like this before." I was like, "Yeah, I know," and like my head was all like, so it's fun to me because I can take it, but like clearly you could see it on my body. So I'd be curious to see how I react versus how you reacted to your hot sauce people.
Yeah, I have well, I always have the video. I have a clip of the video, and I have it's on Periscope as well. I did just like a whole special alone with just their stuff. What do you think about July 6th for Home Alone?
That sounds
Christmas in
good to
July.
me. That sounds good to
Hell
me.
yeah. That's good. So right now we got June 1st, eating pizza, July 6th, Home Alone.
I am very, very excited about this. And, you know, I want to try this hot sauce. You got to make it happen.
I'm going to write him. I wrote it down. It's a Silk City hot sauce.
And then there you go. You got your sponsor done for that episode or however you have it, whatever. I don't know how you work it out. I don't get sponsors because I'm that blackballed. So I don't know how you deal with that, but you know.
I write a lot of companies. I mean, a lot. I've probably written thousands over the last 10 or 12 years. And you get a certain percentage of them that, they come on. Some of them don't work out. Some of them do. Some have been with me 5, 6 years. Some have come back 4 or 5, 6 times. Just depends. I tell them I get the eyeballs on their product, and people want it. They want it. If they don't, I can only do what I can do.
Here's my thing: is I've had a couple people reach out to me for things. That Lowell's farm where I told you I got that. It was like a ashtray I showed you.
Mm,
They're like a whole brand here in LA now. Like they have like a
yeah,
straight up I haven't been to the cafe yet, but like where you go in and like eat and like the whole 9 yards.
yeah.
I haven't gone there yet just because between us, it seems real expensive for not that much. So that's why I haven't yet, but I do want to try it one time. Like maybe I'll make a little budget for a shoot and that'll be my shoot, like going there, you know what I mean? But
Mm.
so like they reached out to me and it was really cool because they were like, just send us your address and we'll let you have these samples. And damn it, if the guy didn't come and he dropped it off and they had like these pre-rolls, it was awesome. So to me, that was like one of the best, like, but then that was it. They didn't really do anything with me after that. It made me sad. That's why I tried to, I was being thirsty when I put them on my medicated Martinez. There's like
Mm.
I was like, oh, Hidden Mickey, da da da, which is true. I always do make Hidden Mickeys, but I was like, dude, you guys remember me? Like, come on, like, DM me. And then I had one for a hair straightener and it sucked. So I felt bad and I didn't want to review it because I didn't want to hurt their feelings. To this day, sometimes they'll write me and I'll just ignore it because I don't want them. I feel bad. But really, I should tell them that it sucked. And oh, and then this is me. This is my karma. You know why I don't get people when I do write to them get back to me? This is why Lowell Farms, watch, karma. It's all about karma. I believe in it. Just like with Cameo, I had to make that right. And now I'm doing pretty well. I'm not Ed, well, Big Ed,
Wow.
well,
Who
but
is?
I'm slowly getting there. I'm slowly getting there. But because I love hot sauce so much and I post about it, especially when I had my old Instagram, I had a lot of followers, like not stoner Jesus kind of followers. But I had a good amount. I was like getting close to like 40,000. And to me that was huge because I haven't been in mainstream media forever. So I was like, wow, that's really cool. So a lot of companies would reach out, but they would be like things I just don't use or wouldn't want to. So that's why I didn't. And then this chili company sent me this kit. Dude, these people hit me up so long ago. I still have that kit and I moved. I brought it with me. I was like, no, I'm gonna film this video. And the thing is that my last place, my kitchen was really small. So it was like, man, I envision it in like a really beautiful big kitchen. Well, I got that now. So every time I go in the pantry, I see it. And I go, I need to do this thing because it's a kit where you're making your own hot sauce. So there's like a little tools in there and like a little strainer. It's really nice. And it's like, why haven't I done it yet? I don't know. So watch. I'm gonna film it. And then when I do, Lowell's Farms is gonna be like, hey, da da da, because that's how karma works. Mark my words. Watch.
That's right. I remember writing a an article like when they first started with their cafe that you'd be able to go in and eat. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I want to go into a restaurant and eat and sit there and smoke weed too. I don't know if that's my thing, but maybe it would be if I tried it.
I think if I think you would like it if it was the right environment. As I mentioned before, at the Rainbow on the Sunset, that was like back in the day before it was like legal or whatever, or recreational, and it was very tight, and you really had to have your recommendation. You had to be on top of it, and it cost a lot back then. It went from costing like hundreds of dollars to for a long time it was always just like $100 was like the basic, and then it went to like $40. I think I was renewing mine for like $40. If you renew it at a certain time, it was 35. But so during the $300 phase, when it was it was so expensive. Um, like when I got mine, I'm not even sure how much it was, but I know it was more than 100 because Here's a story for you wrestling fans out there. When I got my recommendation, it was because, I started smoking when I was in Kentucky. That's when I first started. And then when I moved back, I knew I'd be really judged by my family because like they just were going to be totally judgy about it. So I told myself, when I move back to California, I'm going to be legit. I'm going to go get my recommendation. I'm going to go by the book. So if they get mad at me, I'll say, hey, I'm being legal. I'm not doing anything illegal. It's really important to me. So I ended up doing something with RVD he used to have this thing like RVD TV or something like that. I can't remember what he called it. And he was on his site. It was pretty much like how social media is now, but he was on his website. And I filmed something at this dispensary for him. So for free, they let me like get my, see the doctor, they waived the fee and blah, blah, blah. So I have no idea how much that was like that first time. But after that, it was always like over $100. So it was tight around here. But the one place you knew you can go smoke at and you can have a good time was at the Rainbow Bar and Grill over there on Sunset. And you always knew where all the potheads, they was at the patio towards the front because that's where there's no like overhead tent. And that's where you would sit and you would smoke and you would enjoy yourself. And it was freaking awesome. And that's the other thing too, is like, I feel the type, maybe I'm being a judgmental bitch right now, and I hope I am because I don't want to be right about this. But I kind of feel at the Lowell Farms Cafe, the clientele there isn't my vibe.
Could be.
And I'm gonna get a lot of this.
There's nothing worse than snobby pot smokers.
Get over it. You smoking the wrong stuff, dude? Is it not strong enough? Do you
That's
mean
right.
knock you on your ass with some indica or something, bro? Like, relax. I can't relate.
The moment of truth. No, things have gotten worse since Shelly. Shelly started at 67.9% in our Who is Hotter contest. Now it's 74.4%. I don't know. I think 25% is pretty good.
That's damn. You be proud of that 25%.
That's right.
There's some people out there that would die for that 25%.
That's right.
You don't shame yourself for that. That's a good 25. Those 25% point six, excuse me, 0.6. You don't forget about that 0.6. Those are people that
That's
went
right.
on this poll and they tapped your name. Own it, bitch.
That's right. They saw both of us and they said, that guy right there, that's who I'm picking. I'm not going to look at this poll anymore, so lest it go below 25%. I'm going to hang on to my 25.6. There's a day left in the poll. I don't care. It's over.
It's over.
I
It's
got my
done.
25.
Because when the session closes, that closes 25.6.
That's right.
You get it.
All right. Pizza challenge coming up. Home Alone in July. It's great stuff.
Great stuff.
Hell yeah. Episode 25. One for the road. Rick and Morty.
Oh no. Oh god, I threw up.
Oh, wow.
Oh no.
Little preview of the pizza challenge.
Oh god. That was bad. And the last thing I ate was one of those, what are they? Acai bowls. It's like yogurt, man. That and some chunks of banana. Okay, I gotta get together. What if Doug Benson was watching? What if Doug Benson was watching? What if Doug Benson
Be
was watching?
embarrassing.
Hi, Doug. Pardon me while I just push you aside real quick to talk to the true legend, which is Stoner Jesus. I want to say one more time, congratulations to you
Right.
and Mrs. Stoner Jesus. May the
It's
Schwartz
her,
be with you,
it's her official name.
Mrs. Stoner Jesus.
That's right.
Okay, bye.
See you, Shelly.